today I'm going to be teaching you guys 5 easy tips and 1 bonus trick at the end that you guys can learn on a mountain bike, SC bike, basically any bike you want.
The first tip to be able to how to wheelie is the pop. Tips for knowing how to pop is throwing your weight backwards and arms straight and head steady. I'll show you what this looks like. I'm going to be using Joey's bike because I have no brakes. Another tip is when you're popping is to stay on your seat. Yes.
Alright, so now that you learned the pop, what's next is the balance point. The balance point is when you are in between falling forward and falling backward. It's just that in between where you're just chilling there and you're not falling. So some tips for the balance point is you want to maintain your speed. So if you're pedaling, you don't want to slow down your pedal strokes, you don't want to speed them up unless you're falling forwards or backwards. And another one is going to be leaning back. You really want to lean back if you want to find your balance point. What I like to do is you want to keep your arms straight, lean back while pedaling, and it's perfect. I'll show you some examples. So if you don't know like if you're at your balance point or not, there's some easy tips to know if you are. Number 1 is you stop pedaling and you should be able to go about like 3 or 4 or 5 feet. Alright, so now that you learned the balance point, the next one is braking. Because you can't really find your balance point without braking. So what you want to do is, say you're doing a wheelie and you go too far past your balance point and you're like this, right? What you're going to do, you're going to do a little tap on your brake. That's going to bring you forwards. Then once it brings you forwards, what you're going to want to do is start pedaling again, because this will bring you back again. And then you're going to go too far back, so you're going to press it again, and then it's going to go forwards. And then you're going to pedal again, and it's going backwards. And that's basically how a wheelie is. It's just continuous pedals, little clicks, pedals, clicks, and yeah. So I'll have little bro show you. He's not very good at braking yet, so you will see some pretty interesting fails. So what you want to do is just little taps on the brake. See him going back, push the brake, and you go down. It's basically like your emergency. Like say you're going back, you're like, oh no, help me, and then you go boop, and you go straight back down. You just gotta do little clicks, and then that's like a super smooth wheelie. Just like that. Woo! So now that you learned all the steps down, next thing you gotta do is staying balanced. What I mean by staying balanced is sometimes when you're wheeling, you go side to side and you fall, and then that's what most people fall and get hurt on. So I'm gonna teach you how to not do that. So the main thing to staying balanced / like turning is when you're in a wheelie, your front wheel really does nothing because it's not touching the ground. So what you gotta do is you gotta lean with your hips. So you gotta lean with the bike, and that's how you turn. Because you gotta get this back wheel to move and pivot. So some steps for that are using your hips and staying focused. One thing that helps is when you're going down a road, wheeling, you don't want to be looking around like this, because that's gonna throw your weight off and you're gonna go down. So yeah, you really don't want that to happen. So I'll show you some examples. Ooh, oh my god, that was aggressive. Alright, as you can see, turn with your front wheel quite literally does nothing. So, what you gotta do for that, you gotta turn with your hips. Watch this. When you turn with your hips and your legs like this, you're turning all. Alright guys, so it is the next day, and basically I thought I had all the clips, but the GoPro was facing too far up for the last 2 tips, so we had to redo those. So yeah, off the jump with the wheelie. Oh my Lanta. That's crazy. All right, it's good now. Now you can see. But so basically, what I was saying is, when you get all the tips together, you put them all in to one. Keep them practicing a lot. It's pretty simple in the long run. You just go, you get over your bars, you weight over your bars, you push with your non-dominant foot, and then pop back, get on your seat, weight back, arms straight, and keep on pedaling. Control your weight with your hips, shifting your weight, and then finger on the brake so you don't fall back and you got a wheelie. Then you just gotta practice. And it's pretty simple. Okay, the last bonus trick is going to be a one-hander. So basically, the one-hander, it's a simple trick. I think it's the coolest but simplest trick. The reason why I think this is, yeah, you can do all these like one-footers and stuff, but then people think that you're like holding yourself up with your foot, and that's just not cool. But if you do one-hander, you can go around, give people high fives. It just looks the steeziest of all. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to do that. GoPro, stop recording. All right, so for this bonus trick, one-hand wheelie. It's technically not a one-hand wheelie. What I think, well, I call it a one-hand wheelie, but it's technically a one-hand manual. So for this, you're gonna wanna have everything down here. We're gonna wanna be able to do the wheelie. So make sure you practice that. You wanna be able to glide. What I mean by glide is like, be able to do like a manual, where you just stop pedaling, you can go for 6 to 7 seconds around that. So what I'm gonna do is go to a hill, that's where it's the easiest, and show you a one-hand wheelie. So the GoPro just died, so we're on my phone now. But basically I'm gonna attempt to go down this hill with my phone in my hand, and yeah, just waiting for this Amazon car. Yeah, please work. Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, into the yard. Yeah. Yeah. And is the sun out? What a perfect time to come out. I love this.